On September 4th, 1931, Germany declared war on Poland. It quickly overwhelmed Polish defenders with divisions with only tanks and their extensive bombing campaigns. The Polish quickly retreated. By September 17, 1939, things were looking incredibly grim for the Polish. To make it even worse, the USSR joined in and declared war on Poland invading by the east. According to the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, once Poland fell, they would divide eastern and western Poland. By October 6th, Poland had officially surrendered, and many soldiers had been taken as POWs into the Soviet Union. And on March 19, 1942, General Władysław Anders ordered the evacuation of Polish soldiers and civilians from the USSR into Iran. At a railroad station in Haran, Iran, the army picked up a new member, a bear. A young Iranian boy had found a bear cub whose mother had been killed by hunters. The cub spent its first 3 months with the army in a Polish refugee camp, but then was donated to the 2nd Transport Company, which was later known as the 72nd Artillery Supply Company, as a gift. The soldiers lovingly called him wotjek, which stands and means happy warrior in Polish. The soldiers trained wotjek to salute, and they did that with beer. They rewarded him with beer whenever he did something good. He also drank coffee in the morning and actually smoked cigarettes. Also, he loved pro wrestling with the soldiers, and if any of the soldiers ever got cold at night, they would just call him wotjek and watch it run over and cuddle with them. Wotjek became a mascot for the 72nd and was famous for copying what the soldiers did, such as he walked on his hind legs and did all sorts of things that humans would generally do. The company made its way through Syria and Egypt with wotjek. On September 3rd, 1943, the Allies invaded Italy. The Polish Second Corps, in which wotjek served, was assigned to fight along the British 8th Army in the invasion of Italy. The troop transport, which would transport wotjek and his friends, did not allow animals or any mascots to go on board. So to get around this problem, they actually enlisted wotjek as a soldier. This is the new era of Private Wotjek. The Axis made several defensive lines that ran the length of Italy to try to stop the Allies from advancing deep into Italian territory. One of those ran along the mountain called Monte Cassino. This line was called the Gustav Line. Now, Monte Cassino is an extremely important strategic position to get into Rome. So if you did not have Monte Cassino, that mountain, you could not advance into Rome. The Polish Second Corps took on the challenge of getting Monte Cassino, along with the Free French Expeditionary Force. This proved to be one of the bloodiest battles in history. We earlier talked about how wotjek mimicked human behavior. Well, this came in handy now. Wotjek carried crates of ammunition that usually took 4 men to carry, and carried them to the dugouts where the artillery was located, making an actually important part of the war effort. For his valuable service, wotjek was promoted to corporal. Imagine serving under a bear. In 1945, following the war, wotjek and the rest of the 72nd were transported to Bexware in Scotland. They were stationed at Winfield Airland for quite some time, until 1947, when the general demobilization order was given. Wotjek was given to the Edinburgh Zoo, where he spent the rest of his life, and he was often visited by his fellow soldiers. And all of them tossed cigarettes, of course, for him to eat, as he still loved them, and he always perked up when he heard that Polish was spoken. And wotjek died in December of 1963 at the age of 29.